friends who only watches dumb cartoons can still turn out totally fine, okay? Or so I've heard. Shut up, leave me alone. Anyway, the next day they take the kids to school, and we see why their dad is Father of the Year.
What's this supposed to be, a self-portrait? What's this supposed to be, a self-portrait? Mommy's mimicking me! Mommy's mimicking me!
Carmen, leave your brother alone. Junie, stop talking like your sister.
Stop.
Look at this. It's hideous.
Jeez, Dad, this kid's like, what, 8? Don't crush his dreams yet. Trust me, life will do that for you. However, the next morning, everything changes when they find out that all the other secret agents from their old organization, the OSS, which of course stands for Oh People, and the kids barely escape with their lives in their parents' super secret submarine. You know, you gotta admit, this kid's giving 110% right here, okay? Disbelief fully suspended. Let's go. Now, before he gets captured, their uncle tells them some information that may or may not become important later on.
You'll have to go to the safe house without me. Go now!
Felix, look out! Yeah.
Find the OSS. Tell them the third brain lives.
And so with that in mind, they head over to their parents' safe house, which is full of all kinds of everything a kid would ever want, like all this food and candy that's just been sitting there for like 9 years. So after this, we cut over to said parents, who we see tied up in some weird-looking dungeon place. Though I gotta say, these thumbs walk around double-cheeking like that, this movie's gonna make me act up. Now, flashing back over to the kid after almost getting caught like 5 times by robots who can neither see nor hear anything. Say though, this movie actually holds up a lot better than I thought it would, especially compared to Shark Boy and Lava Girl. I guess that's probably because it's more of a family movie and not like a kid's movie per se. Like the premise of having kids find out their parents used to be spies and then working together with them or whatever, like it's actually quite watchable still. Also, the CG is somehow way better than a movie that came out 4 years later. But all the same, turns out there are 3 more Spy Kids movies we gotta get through, so what have I done? You know, Spy Kids is a perfect example of like what I aim to do mainly on this channel. Like I like to watch new stuff and all that, but you know, going back and watching the stuff that I used to watch as a kid and just realizing how absurdly bizarre all of it was. You know, like I said in the video, I was 12 when I saw Spy Kids and I loved it. I was like, this is the best movie ever made. Citizen Kane of kids movies right there. Here you go. You know, now some, oh goodness, what, 20 years later, you know, you go back and watch it and you're just like, oh my goodness, what happened here? But like I said, I mean, surprisingly enough, you know, despite everything I said about the movie in this video, like it actually holds up a lot better than I thought it would. You go back and you watch like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and that is just like this brain-meltingly bizarre, absurd movie that really just like, how did this movie ever get made? But Spy Kids is, you know, like I said in the video, it's not really a kid's movie, it's more like a family movie kind of, because the parents have a lot of scenes on their own, and there's a lot of things that parents can relate to about like having kids and you know, being boring adults. But of course, every adult is like dumb and needs the help from like a 10-year-old because that's how the world works. It is super cheesy and like really just like nothing makes any sense in the movie whatsoever. But the main premise of it about like kids realize that their parents are spies and then they turn into spies too and they help their parents escape from the evil whatever, like the main premise actually kind of holds up pretty well. Like at least it makes sense. You know, like in Shark Boy Lava Girl, it's like the kid falls asleep during a tornado and then dreams of this dream world. And then it's actually real because of course it is, you know, but then like, I don't know, I thought this movie was actually way better than Shark Boy and Lava Girl, certainly. I mean, like it's not a great movie, but like it actually holds up pretty well and it's kind of cute in that really cheesy kiddie way. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Send me an email at alexmeyerscontact@gmail.com. Let me know what movies or TV shows you want me to check out next. I have a game on the App Store. It's like a match 3 type game, but it has all my little characters' faces in it, so if you're interested in that, check that out. I have a podcast to do with my girlfriend, Kelsey. It's called Doing the Devil's Tango. It's like a dating advice, dating story, just kind of general chit-chat type podcast. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And above all, let's everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. You know, Halloween is one of those times of the year that's just full of movies. You know, like really, there's a lot. But there's one Halloween movie, or I guess movie series, that Disney loves to show over and over again around this time. And even back when I saw it when the movie first came out, I remember thinking it was kind of weird. And like watching it back now, this movie...
Hey, wait a minute. What about this house? Forget that house. Let's go to the next one. Somebody's coming.
Come on, Sophie.
You know nobody ever comes here on Halloween.
Well, that's what you get for giving kids raisins every year now, isn't it? I mean, once word gets around the neighborhood about that, like, you better just move. Here is where we meet 13-year-old Marnie, who's upset because her mom won't let her go to a costume party that, according to Marnie, everyone else in the world is going to.
Mom, it's just a costume party. You've got choices.
I'm 13, I'm practically a grown-up. Let me tell you something, okay? I'm 30, and I still have no idea what I'm doing, so, good luck with all that, Marnie. Now, while this is all going on, down the street we see a magic bus fly in, land, and out comes some witch lady who we learn is actually their grandma.
Grandma!
Here. Oh, so wonderful to see you with the children again. Oh, my. How you've grown. Oh,
Did you bring us presents?
Presents. What kind of a grandma do you think I'd be if I didn't bring you presents?
So she opens her bag and it's full of candy and skeletons and all this stuff, but okay, really, Disney? I can only suspend my disbelief so far. You're telling me her purse is full of all this? No, okay, everyone knows that grandma's purses are full of Werther's Originals and those weird, strawberry candies that get chewy after a while. Where do you even buy those, by the way? I've never seen them for sale anywhere, but everyone's grandma has hundreds of them just falling out of their pockets. Anyway, they all have dinner and their own little Halloween party thing, I guess, and pretty soon it's off to bed so mom and grandma can talk about, grown-up stuff like open enrollment and orthopedic shoes and stuff. After this, grandma goes upstairs and starts telling the kids about a magical place called Halloween Town.
My story is about a magical place where many different sorts of creatures live together in peace.
Like Cleveland?
Well, actually, the place I'm speaking of is called Halloween Town. And the residents are a bit more exotic.
I want to go there.
I have to confess that I didn't make it up. I read about it in a book. So you see, maybe it is real.
A book? What book?
There, Halloween Town.
Whoa, Grandma. You got a little kid's picture book? Well, that changes everything. I mean, it must be real. I gotta admit, I was on the fence for a while. Baby, you convinced me. It's a good thing she didn't pull out Clifford the Big Red Dog or something, because that really would have just blown these kids' minds.
Look, it's Barney.
It is me.
I mean, that picture could literally be almost anyone, but sure, whatever you say, Marnie, yeah, whatever. It's kind of like those psychics, who get on stage and they just say the most general thing they can think of, they're all like, I'm getting a feeling that there's someone here who doesn't like going on first dates, mainly because they can't be bothered to hold in their farts for that long. Whoa. How did he know? Now later, Marnie overhears her grandma and her mom talking about how Marnie is in fact a witch and needs to start her training before it's too late. So she and her brother follow their grandma, sneak onto the Halloween Town bus, get magically transported to Halloween Town, say I told you it was real, and also realize that their little sister followed them the whole way.
Sophie! How did you get here? I followed you onto the bus.
But you were asleep.
I was pretending.
Wait, hold on a second. You were just pretending to be asleep? What's even real anymore? Now here's where we meet Calabar, the mayor of Halloween Town, who apparently has a thing for their mom, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm Marnie.
Calabar. And, you are?
This is my brother, Dylan. We're Aggie Cromwell's grandkids.
Wait a minute. Does that mean... Are you Gwen's kids?
You know our mom?
Well, I did a long time ago. Is she here with you?
I'd just like to let her know that the guy she turned down for prom twice, yeah, well, he's the mayor now, so, no big deal. Just thought maybe she'd like a real good look at Halloween Town. Now, the whole idea of this place is this is where all the real monsters and werewolves and witches or whatever, they all hang out together, right? But, the whole town is literally just people in Party City masks. Not even good ones either. It's just some, random green head on some dude's body, the local bad boy, shows up.
How sweet. Buying little Marley here her first broom, huh?
It's Marnie.
This is a local boy, Luke.
Hey, don't sell me too short there, Grammy. I'm something of a big cheese around here.
Okay, all right, I'm just gonna leave that one right where it is. And so, after insulting her and her grandma, Luke decides to ask Marnie on a date.
Maybe I could show you around sometime. Buy you an ice cream. The Abominable Snowman has a little shop down the street.
I was kind of hungry, but then I smelled something stinky. It must have been the big cheese.
So Marnie and Grandma take their new broom out for a spin, and when they come back, guess who shows up?
I don't think so.
Oh no, it's the fun police. What's that? Kids laughing, having fun, making merry? Ah, no you don't. Anyway, so mom tries to take them back home to the human world, but of course, nothing's ever that easy.
Excuse me.
I don't know.
What? Never going to school again, and I'm going to move someplace really far away and join a motorcycle gang.
Marnie, this is not our world.
Well, it used to be your world. Are you going to get tired of us too? Oh, sorry. Those aren't my kids. They used to be my kids, but I've moved on.
You know, I'm with the big cheese who offers to take her to meet whoever this dark evil spirit dude thing might be, and together they head off to the abandoned movie theater.
Welcome to my museum. I know you have Merlin's talisman. Give it to me.
I do have the talisman.
Give me the talisman.
Never.
Okay, just hold on a second here. So this great, powerful, evil warlock guy, he shoots this magic spell, right? And Grandma just hobbles to the side and it misses her. Like, how powerful can this guy really be, you know? So the kids and their mom find Grandma, but for a variety of reasons, their mom and Grandma both end up getting hit by the magic spell. And the kids barely escape with their lives, running down a fire escape, even though they were spawned in the giant pumpkin thing in the middle of town, because, I mean, like, duh, where else you gonna put it, you know? And just before Marnie can do that, the evil guy shows up, and we learn the truth about who he really is. But you had a top hat. I thought you could always trust people with top hats. Anyway, Marnie eventually gets the glowy thing and the pumpkin thing, and then the light thing shoots out and saves everyone from the evil thing. So everyone's reunited and the whole town dances like this for some reason, and then Calabar explains why he did all this stuff in the first place.
Why, Calabar?
You could have had me, the most powerful warlock of all. You could have ruled with me as my queen, but you chose a human.
Okay, let me get this straight. So your plan was to take over the entire world, you know, cast it in darkness or whatever, because some girl dumped you in like high school or something? You know, I said this as a joke before, but like, is that seriously what this entire movie's about? Like, have you ever noticed how in movies or like TV, I mean, at this point, sure, why not? And finally, we get to see what Luke actually looks like without Calabar's handsome spell, or like whatever it was.
Luke?
Hi.
Wow. So, this is the real you?
Want to know the worst part? Even when I was good looking, I didn't have a chance of getting a date with you. I guess it didn't turn into a handsome prince, though, huh?
No.
Jeez, Marnie, kick a man while he's down, why don't you? I'm sorry I'm not handsome enough for you. Yeah, I'm sorry too, buddy. Put your hood back on, would you? And then finally, they fly off in the bus, live happily ever after, blah, you get the idea. So, yeah. This movie really just barely makes any sense at all. You know, I haven't watched the movie since I was a kid. And when I watched it, you know, it's from that typical kid point of view, you know, about like, parents are dumb and don't understand. But like watching it back now, I actually really sympathize with the mom character. I mean, instead of her just being this dumb adult, like how I remember the movie being, she's actually the only one who has any real like motivation or character or like any value whatsoever. But still, this movie is something, I guess. Hey everybody, really quick, so we got this brand new Charlie Halloween merchandise in the store. It's only available for a limited time, so if you're interested, you want to get it, want to support the channel, whatever, the link is down in the description below. So again, don't wait too long or it's going to be gone. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. You know, between this and Goosebumps and a couple other shows and like videos I've done here and there, there's kind of this common thread with the 90s. People of like my generation, you know, where it's like, oh, the 90s were so much better. Everything was better in the 90s, you know? But like, you know, when you actually go back and watch the movies and TV shows and whatever back then, it's like things were not that good. Some things were better. Most things weren't. Most things just didn't make any sense at all. It was like this Wild West time where like anything goes. There was just so many weird movies and TV shows and things that made no sense whatsoever. But like I said last week in my Goosebumps video, it's like, you know, things in the 90s were certainly not that great, but like things nowadays, I think are in some ways better, in some ways like not, you know? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just more critical now than I was when I was a kid. You know, when you were a kid, you could just wake up in the morning, just get a big bowl of cereal. You could just watch any trash cartoon. You didn't care because it was Saturday morning. You didn't have to go to school. It was the greatest day ever, you know? So now with Halloween Town done, that concludes the October Halloween videos. I did Goosebumps, I did Halloween Town, and next week, of course, is Riverdale. You know, finally getting ready to get that out there. You know, it's been a long time coming. And of course, after Riverdale, I'm doing Sabrina. You know, like I'm not really sure if they're going to release each episode individually every week like a regular show, or if they're going to do it all at once, because it's distributed by Netflix, so I'm not quite sure how they're going to do it, so I'll have to figure out how to do it. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell, turn on notifications, you know, because sometimes YouTube does some funny things with videos. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what's your favorite part of the video, or if there's a TV show or movie you think I should do, or just say hi, whatever. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin. My wife posts there almost every single day, so you get a little extra Charlie in your life, and I mean, who can say no to that? And of course, don't forget the limited time only Charlie's Halloween shirts. They're only available until Halloween, so you know, if you want a cute shirt, you want to help Charlie out, want to support the channel, or you know, whatever, it's there for you. Above all else, have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you all next time. One very common thread through a lot of these teen drama shows is the whole like supernatural thing, right? You got vampires, werewolves, angels, demons, whatever. The setting of being like a normal girl just trying to get by and live life, you know, survive high school or whatever. And then you meet some dude who turns out to be a vampire or like an alien or something, and your normal, boring, small town life gets turned upside down, and it's up to you and only you, for some reason, to save the world while every hot guy in town falls in love with you. This is basically repeated over and over again for like, you know, 8 seasons or whatever. But when you can't just pick one supernatural monster thing and you end up picking all of them, you end up with the freefall. He goes to an interview for art school.
I'm Clary Frey.
This landscape is very decorative.
Well, I wasn't really going for decorative, exactly.
What are those?
Oh, those, nothing, just,
Nothing to see here, no sir, no ma'am. It's definitely not my Animorphs fan fiction, okay? It's totally not that, so don't bother looking.
really, it's just there by mistake.
The Brooklyn Academy of Art doesn't believe in mistakes.
Which is why I have 10 kids, but that's a different conversation. Anyway, she gets accepted to the school, and she and her friend do like a fist bump explosion thing, which reminds us all that they are indeed very white. Now, flash sideways to this scene.
Yeah, this one's drained of blood.
Hey, Captain Bugs.
Another body drained of blood?
We're thinking formalin fella. Alec and I are chasing down a bunch of leads. Yeah?
I need you to do something for me.
What, catch these guys?
Besides that, Mary Jocelyn, what are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for an appropriate time and place to have this conversation because, funny story, there's a body right here drained of blood out on the beach, okay? Why are we talking about this now? Here, we learn that there have been several bodies as of late that turn up with no blood in them. And we also learn that Luke either has some kind of mystical power or just a bad case of jaundice. I mean, it's anyone's guess at this point. Back with Clary, she meets her friend Dot, who I guess reads tarot cards because in today's economy, a college degree just doesn't get you as far as it used to.
Dot.
Okay, open it.
Wow. Yeah, you might want to keep that on the DL because your mom's my boss and I don't want her to flip out.
Yeah, but that's how I know it's cool. You know, you're way better at gift giving than magically predicting the future.
Nothing magical about it. I just buy the things I want to wear.
Is that why you gave me that T-Rex costume last year? Because I've been meaning to ask you about that. Today is Clary's 18th birthday, and she has plans to go out with her friends, naturally, but her mom is a little on edge.
Losing circulation here.
Breakfast. You and me tomorrow, promise?
Yep. Mom? Mom, you have to let me go. I'm biologically and legally an adult.
I'm pretty sure the phrase, "I'm biologically an adult," is something you would only ever hear on like the Maury Povich show. I mean, who talks like that, really? Now, flashing sideways again, we're back with the 3 young hoodlums we saw in the beginning. And turns out they work for like the Avengers or something, and they have all this fancy technology stuff, but still use swords because of course they do. After her friends perform at the local beatnik scene, Clary decides to paint their van with a new band name, but in the process ends up painting something mysterious.
What's that tag?
Weird, I didn't even mean to draw that. Second time today.
You know they have confirmed cases of people waking up in the morning speaking French, and they never even studied the language.
Okay, how did you get from here to there? Oh, I didn't mean to draw that. That's weird. Did you know some people wake up speaking French? I saw it on the news, it's true. So now we're back to where the show first started, when the blonde guy first bumped into Clary, but of course, she is the only one who can see him.
Do you guys believe that blonde dude?
You mean the imaginary dude you were talking to?
Hey, whoa, I didn't judge you when you bought that anime pillow at Dragon Con last year, okay? So can we lay off, guys? Curious to know more, Clary follows the Invisible Man into the club and all the way to the back, where we see him having a conversation with the old man turned go-go girl person, or whatever. And of course, it escalates into what might just be the most confusing fight scene I have ever seen.
Are you hurt?
Like, what is even happening here? What am I supposed to look at? And they have this slow motion shot of them throwing a sword like 1.5 feet. I'm not sure why they put this in slow motion. I mean, I guess I'm supposed to be impressed here by this light underhand toss, so good job, I guess. After the fight is over, Clary is a little upset and confused, of course, and heads home where she tries to tell her mom what happened. And here is where we get the big reveal that Clary is actually part of a secret society family thing. And to protect her, her mom throws her into a portal that sends her to the police station. Clary finds her way back home and learns that her house, or whatever this is, I mean, okay, quick tangent here. Where exactly are they supposed to be living? Is this a house? They live in a museum? Like, I can't really tell where this is supposed to be. All I know is that the rent must be insane. Quick little detail here, they have a battle axe laying around the house, and this is played off like, well, of course she grabs the battle axe, what else would she do? She sees her friend Dot again, but actually it's a shapeshifter. And right before she's killed, she gets saved by Handsome Man before she passes out from demon poison. Sure, okay. She then wakes up in a strange place with perfectly curled hair, which is a pretty cool trick, I'll admit.
Isabel, can you... I'm Jace, Wayland. Clary, Frey, we know who you are.
Am I the only one who finds this unusual?
Well, I wasn't gonna bring it up, but now that you mentioned it, yes, your hair does look like a 90s boy band, okay? It's out in the open now. And now Clary finally comes to accept that she might be different after all, and she's found herself all wrapped up in this eternal conflict between shadow hunters and shadows, I guess. This show, wow, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot to digest in this show. I mean, I thought the CW was kind of... When I was a kid, Nickelodeon was like the channel to watch. I mean, after school, you'd come home and watch Legends of the Hidden Temple, you know, and there'd always be that one kid who could never figure out how to put that silver monkey statue together. I mean, like, come on, what are you doing? But on Saturdays, they had this 2-hour block. So about 2 years ago, Netflix decided to dip its toes into the high-reward, low-risk world of Wattpad and gave us the movie we didn't know we never wanted, The Kissing Booth. And now that we're all stuck inside all the time and desperate for any kind of escapism, Netflix over here thought it'd be a great idea to pull a practical joke and give us The Kissing Booth 2, aka the Macaroni Grill gift card of movies. But as is my cross to bear, I figured I should probably check it out. So let's take a walk. But before that, really quick, this video is about your personal information's been stolen and someone's using your credit card to buy 150 copies of Hamtaro Ham Heartbreak. Being someone who uses the internet for pretty much everything, it's invaluable to have that extra level of security that Dashlane can give you. Dashlane is a one-stop shop for your digital identity. It manages all your passwords, personal info, financials, whatever you need, making your life safe and more secure. It works across all devices, including Apple products, PCs, Android, Safari, and Chrome. It also has a secure autofill feature that works for personal information, credit cards, that type of thing. It comes with a VPN to stop people from tracking you, and they even check if your personal information is being sold on the dark web. So to try Dashlane for free for life on your first device, go to dashlane.com/Alex Meyers, and you can use my promo code Alex Meyers to get 25% off if you decide to upgrade to the premium version. So the link is down below, and once again, thank you Dashlane for sponsoring this video. Okay, back to the show. We start off pretty much the same as the first movie, with our main character Elle giving us a little montage about what she's been doing since we last saw her way back in the simpler, much more innocent time of 2018.
Let me bring you up to speed. As soon as school ended, the Flynns opened up their beach house. Noah and I spent the whole summer there. Oh my gosh! Got an awesome gift. Played board games till 3 in the morning. Said hi to an old friend. Watched a gorgeous sunset. Watched Noah sleep.
Well, yeah, sure, because he's got one of them hot guy sleep faces, you know? Where he just lays there looking like, what if an angel just fell out of the sky? Meanwhile, the rest of us are just over here like... Anyway, so after all this setup, we finally get to the first day of senior year. Right off the bat, we once again meet Elle's best friend, Lee, who is this guy, in case you forgot.
Just don't end up grinding coochies with my brother.
Yep. Then there's Lee's girlfriend Rachel from the first movie. And of course the OMG girls, who I had completely forgotten about until right this moment.
Oh my God, Ellen, who are you?
So many beautiful girls at Harvard.
Long distance is tough. Breakups are brutal. So brutal.
We didn't break up, though.
With different zip codes, breakups are basically automatic.
I want to take a peek at the new snack that just transferred in. Saw him in homeroom. His name's Marco, and he is seriously luscious.
Excuse me? The new kid, gee, what's she gonna do? I guess we'll find out in 2021. So there's a lot of things about this movie that I thought were very strange. First of all, the fact that it exists in the first place seems very unnecessary. The entire movie, the entire main plot of this movie is that Elle and Noah are incapable of having one adult, mature conversation. Elle is concerned about Chloe, and she's too scared to say it directly. She's too scared to be like, hey, so you and this Chloe girl, what's up with that? Like, what's going on there? And Noah is just too dense, or too he looks like the kind of guy who's not a whole lot going on upstairs, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the movie, Noah explains that he wanted to have a friendship with Chloe the same way that Elle has a friendship with Lee. But he waits till the end of the movie to say it. This movie could have been over in 5 minutes. I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's because I'm in my 30s, but it's like, I just don't have time for that anymore. Like, I'll tell you right now, whatever age you are, just say how you feel in just like a calm way and just have a conversation, man. You could have avoided 2 hours and 12 minutes of garbage if you just had one conversation, you know what I'm saying? But even besides all of that, the fact that Elle chooses Noah makes no sense. Marco is better in every way. I mean, both of them have no personality whatsoever, but Marco at least has no drama, no baggage, plays the guitar. Noah is just like a literal slab of wood. And so I don't know why Elle goes for either of these guys. And this movie has like 5 different plot threads going through it for no reason. There's like so many things that don't even need to be in the movie whatsoever. Like the fact that there's a whole plot thread of trying to get Marco do the kissing booth, and that's how they find out that he plays DDR. But then at the end of the movie, he doesn't even do the kissing booth. That didn't need to be there. That was like 30 minutes of the movie that could you just cut out. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Follow me on Twitter. Let me know what was your favorite part of the video, or what video I should do next, or just say hi or whatever. I don't know, whatever. It's fine. And above all else, everybody have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. So now that the Riverdale hiatus is almost over, it's time to take a look at what's happened so far in Season 2B, or like whatever it is they're calling it. Obviously, I'm assuming we're all caught up now before the new episode starts, so nothing is off the table. Or if you're just here for the funnies, you know, just sit back and enjoy yourself. First off, we have to address the big eye-rolling reveal, and that is, of course, Agent Adams, the FBI agent. This is one of the most frustrating plot twist trope things like ever invented. Now, first off, we're introduced to Agent Adams just kind of out of the blue, like he's been watching Archie and wants to take down Veronica's dad because he's in some kind of like shady business or whatever. So basically, he blackmails Archie into helping him.
That agent left.
What did he want?
Apparently the FBI is assisting in a crackdown on undocumented labor.
You stay the hell away from my dad.
Scary, isn't it? How quickly I can make things difficult for you and your father.
You said he'd be protected. You gave me a freaking contract.
Archie.
Now, initially, we see Archie get pulled in a bunch of different directions, like, should I help the FBI agent? Should I be loyal to Veronica and Mr. Lodge? Can I protect my dad? That kind of thing.
I love you, Archie, but we can't keep dating unless you understand something about my family, about my father. Look, I wanted to protect you from this, but every day you're getting in deeper and deeper, and the truth is, Archie, my dad,
So it turns out it's all a lie. The FBI agent was a fake, planted by Veronica's mom to test Archie's like loyalty or whatever.
Mrs. Lodge, I would never, ever do anything to betray your family, I swear.
So you've proven to me these last few weeks. Hiram and I, unbeknownst to our daughter, enlisted one of our closest associates to approach you. Say he was an FBI agent investigating Hiram. Agent Adams isn't real.
Are you serious? So you're telling me that all the emotional tension and investment that I put into this story arc was for nothing? This is like if someone asked you to prom and then they show up on prom night and just give you the finger. The old just kidding trick that they're pulling here, it just ruins any credibility that the show used to have, which, let's be honest, wasn't a whole lot going into season 2, but like, whatever, right? It's the TV version of just a prank, bro. If I wanted this kind of thing, I'd just keep watching Pretty Little Liars, okay? A lot of TV shows and movies do things like this to make it seem smarter than it actually is, but really, this kind of like story mind-read trick thing is just lazy. More than that though, this means that the show doesn't have to take responsibility for anything that happens going forward. I mean, with this twist, I've basically completely checked out emotionally, because anything at any time could be a lie or a trick or a dream or whatever. Like, I get that this was supposed to show Archie making a choice between Veronica and her family versus his own sense of like justice or whatever, and there are several much better directions they could have taken this whole thing. But having the FBI agent turn out to just be some like community theater actor or like whatever, like I'm pretty sure the writers of the show just didn't know how to wrap up the story thread, so they just kind of pulled the old like Days of Our Lives trick of having everything mean nothing. Aha! It was a trick! Bet you didn't see that one coming because there was no hint whatsoever, because we actually didn't plan ahead this far and we kind of painted ourselves into a corner and we couldn't quite figure out how to get out of it, so gotcha! Blah. The other main sort of story point beat plot thing is the introduction of Betty's brother, Chick. So the story goes that when they were younger, Betty's mom got pregnant and decided to give it up for adoption, unbeknownst to Betty's dad. Now fast forward some years later, and Betty and her mom track him down to try to introduce him back into their lives. It sounds pretty interesting, right?
Charles? Charles. My name's Alice Cooper. This is my daughter, Betty.
I know who you are. The sisters gave me your address when I turned 18. When they kicked me out.
We never really get into too much detail, but we learn that Chick is some kind of like webcam streamer dude or whatever. But like the way they portray it in the show is like it's some kind of like sinister, dark profession done in dirty hotel rooms. But like, have the writers of the show never heard of Twitch or even like Snapchat? People live stream stuff all the time. This is like the least surprising thing he could be doing in 2018. Something about Chick and his ne'er-do-well profession is so enticing to Betty, especially now that she's getting into her dark alter ego or like whatever, that she wants to try streaming too, which is fine, I guess. But again, the way the show portrays this is just so weird. Like, just watch this.
We'll start with why I webcam. One of the reasons is to make money. The other reason is to escape.
To pretend to be someone else.
It's a way of getting away from the darkness I feel inside me too.
Can you show me how to do that?
Scary music, dark lighting, fog machine, cause like, you know, why not? Can you show me how to stream online? Sure. I mean, I was just gonna play some League of Legends on Twitch. Like, I don't know what all this is for. Besides, if you make the room too dark, no one can see all your gaming swag behind you to prove that you're a real nerd. And then Betty starts streaming. But again, it's like, I mean, the fact that she streams online is really just one of the more believable things that happens in this show. And even the fact that she puts on a wig and dresses all sexy or whatever, like, that's actually pretty accurate, to be frank. Hello. But like, the way they package it here in the show, it's like, okay, so Riverdale's target demographic is young people, obviously, right? Teens to young adults. But the way the writers write the show, sometimes it feels just like those local news stations when they try to talk about like what teens are doing nowadays, even though they have like no idea what they're talking about at all. Approachably attractive people giving you the news you already saw on the internet like 8 hours ago. It's the local news. Coming up. Are your kids spending any time at all on the computer, like ever? Well, you thought the Black Hood was bad news. Get ready for internet live streaming. If you want to show Betty going down a dark path towards Lucifer's lollipop, have her start making musicals. There's no turning back from that. Now, on a slight tangent, I'm just gonna call it right now, okay? So Chick is gay. This is pretty obvious at this point. They're hinting at it really strong. And sometime by the end of season 2, he's gonna be accepted into the friend group and he and Kevin will start dating. Place your bets now, kids. So things were starting to finally get a little bit interesting in the second half of season 2, but like they totally just shot themselves in the foot by having the last several episodes mean nothing. A huge chunk of what's happened so far with Archie, Veronica, and her dad and all that, it just basically wasted all of our time. What's going on with Betty and her brother still has some potential to take us to an interesting place maybe, but like between you and me, I'm not really holding my breath here, you know what I'm saying? Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching. Just to clarify a couple points here, as I watched this video back and I realized maybe I wasn't so clear on a few things. The reason why this Agent Adams thing upset me so much is because it's really common in like the teen drama world. Something important happens and then, haha, just kidding, there was a lie. Like that kind of thing, it really bothers me because it means that there's no sense of permanence to anything. Like anyone's actions or anything that happens in the story, like at any time, can be taken away. So what that means is that there's no weight to anything. There's no meaning. Like any event can be retracted at any moment. So it's like, why should I care what happens then? Because at any time you can just take it away from me. The other thing with Chick, I realize he's not actually streaming on Twitch. I realize he's doing something different. But the point I was trying to make is just like, you know, in today's world, live streaming, doing internet video, like me, hello? I mean, it's not like so common, like everyone's doing it, but it's relatively common. Like it's not really that rare of a thing now to have someone do live streaming or even webcamming, whatever. Like it's not that shady, you know, secret of a thing. Like a lot of people do it, I feel like. You know, the way they show it in the show, it's like this, like it's the darkest, evilest thing. Like, oh man, Betty's really going down the drain. But it's like, I mean, she's doing something that like lots of people do just for fun. And so like, I don't know, the way they're showing it is kind of disingenuous to how it actually is, I feel like. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. Tweet at me. I try to respond to everything I get. Send me a message. Tell me what you're thinking. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram. Charlie Meets Pumpkin. Check out the Patreon if you're interested. It's just $5 a month. You get behind the scenes stuff. You get early drawings. You know, it's just to help support the channel. You get early access type of stuff. You know, if you're interested, check it out. Above all, let's have a great day, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Just want to let you all know that I've seen all your messages and tweets and comments and all that stuff since I did, you know, the Flash and Arrow a little while ago. So, rounding out my little CW DC Arrowverse mini-series thing, I thought I would take a look at the third big superhero drama on the CW, also one of the most recent, whatever that's worth, which is, of course, Supergirl. But before that, really quick, this video is sponsored by Scribd. Scribd is a service that lets you read ebooks, magazines, articles, academic papers, and or listen to tons of audiobooks, all for just $8.99 a month. Seriously, for less than $9 a month, you get unlimited access to any ebook or audiobook you want. Let me give you an example here. The Kindle version of the book for the new movie Love, Simon is $10.99 on Amazon. But for just $8.99, you can get the ebook, the audiobook, and thousands of other similar titles, or, you know, whatever kind of books you want. So if you love to read, or, you know, just looking for something to make your commutes to school or work a little more bearable, click on the link in my description, check out Scribd. I think you're gonna like it. Okay, back to the show. The show starts out like really any superhero show with our main character's backstory. She is Superman's cousin, who is also supposed to be sent to Earth to watch over him, but her spaceship gets thrown into the Phantom Zone, and she gets stuck in time for 24 years, but eventually makes it to Earth. I harp on a lot of shows. You know, I poke fun here and there, tell some jokes, and we all have a giggle. But of the 3 superhero shows I've done so far, you got The Flash, Arrow, and now Supergirl, I actually enjoyed this one the most. I mean, Arrow is just all over the place. The Flash is fine, I guess. And while this show can be a little heavy-handed with its message, I thought it was by far the most enjoyable of the 3. Now, don't get me wrong, it's goofy and cheesy and all that, but I mean, I had fun, I guess. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Really quick, the Superpower collection is in the store. You got men's, women's, and babies like Superman, Superwoman, Supergirl kind of thing going on. So if you're interested, check it out. Use the code ALEX24 for free worldwide shipping, guys, anywhere in the world. It's only available for a limited time, so just check it out if you're interested. So rounding out the third of these kind of DC, like CW shows or whatever, of the 3 that I've done, I did enjoy Supergirl the most, just because, like, I mean, The Flash and Supergirl are both really, like, lighthearted. Like, Arrow is just, I mean, I don't even want to get into it, but man, that show is just something else. But, you know, Flash and Supergirl kind of have like a similar type of thing, but I did enjoy Supergirl a little bit more just because she was kind of the most believable character, I guess, of them all. You know, like with the Flash, it's like, you know, he's like this super like genius guy, and then he also gets struck by lightning, and then it's kind of this like, I don't know how to describe it, but just like as a character, he was kind of like cliche in a way. And then in Supergirl, it's like she really was just like a regular person, but she already had her powers. So like the approach was very different. It's kind of like Spider-Man 1 versus like Spider-Man 3 in a way, where it's like Spider-Man 1, he was a regular dude who got his powers, and then Spider-Man like 2 and 3, you know, he has to deal with them trying to be a regular dude while having powers. And I like that approach a little bit more. Just because, I mean, how many origin stories can you do in a superhero show, really? How many can you sit there before you know them all by heart? You know, I mean, every origin story is exactly the same. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I try to reply to everything I get. So if you want to send me a message, just go right ahead. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram. Charlie Meets Pumpkin. My wife posts there every single day. So you get a little Charlie in your life every time you wake up or go to sleep or whatever time it is for you. I'm streaming on YouNow, so follow me there. The download link is in the description. Check out YouNow. I stream there every Thursday. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.